In a state defined by constant growth and development, Plainsboro chose a different path. Over generations, township leaders, residents, farmers, and environmental stewards came together around a shared belief that progress and preservation could exist side by side. Today, more than half of Plainsboro remains protected as open space, preserving the natural beauty and character that make this community unique. This is the story of a vision that shaped a town and protected it for future generations.
Prior to 1971, Plainsboro is a farming community. In fact, it's joked about that it had 1,200 people and 1,500 cows. So this sleepy farming community was experiencing, as was the region, tremendous growth pressures in the early 70s.
Long before open space preservation became common across New Jersey, Plainsboro began making deliberate choices to shape its future. Town leaders recognized that once farmland and natural landscapes disappear, they rarely return. Through planning, partnerships, and long-term thinking, Plainsboro committed itself to protecting the land that defines the community today.
I emphasized, as did our township committee and our planning board, emphasized moving forward with a comprehensive master plan. That master plan included a strong commitment to open space preservation. Today, Plainsboro has 50% of its land area permanently preserved in open space. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens as a result of basically looking at every option you have and every development that's going to occur in your community to see how you can maximize on the opportunities for open space. Nothing happens by an individual. It happens as a group committed to a project, committed to a goal.
For families who have lived and worked this land for generations, preservation is about more than scenery. It's about heritage, community, and maintaining a connection to Plainsboro's roots. The preserved farmland throughout the township stands as a reminder that growth does not have to erase history.
My great-grandfather left northeast Pennsylvania at the turn of the century to come to Plainsboro. Being farmers, it was all about all the cycles of life that happened here. Planting the crops, harvesting the crops, growing the cows, milking the cows, all the rest of it. So you develop this, it becomes really part of your, a part of your life that it's hard to separate from. Then when the bulldozers and the pans show up and the houses go up, suddenly these fields that other farmers may have, spent their entire lives farming are just disappear. That's really what happens. These places, if you lose them to development, they never come back. Fundamentally, it's your heritage. It's the stewardship of the land. But it goes beyond that because, it's for the greater good of the community and for the environment.
Open space is not simply land left untouched. It's part of everyday life in Plainsboro. From parks and trails to recreational programs and community gatherings, these spaces provide residents with opportunities to connect, recharge, and experience the outdoors together. They help define the quality of life that residents value so deeply.
Plainsboro's open space system definitely affects the people's quality of life. It's a defining feature of our community. I mean, when you ride into Plainsboro, you notice right away how much open space there is. People take advantage of that in Plainsboro every day. We have something for everyone. Kayaking, photography, bird watching, soccer, pickleball, tennis, active recreation. But then you do have our trails where people can just go and hike and just take in all the beautiful nature has to provide.
I go by and I see people using the park, young kids, and being put to multi-uses. It serves a broad range of interests and desires. It's just so important in a community that celebrates its diversity to have those options available to people, options that they can enjoy. So that's what makes me feel good.
At places like the Plainsboro Preserve and Bulk Farm, nature remains at the center of the experience. Residents and visitors alike come here to walk the trails, observe wildlife, and enjoy moments of quiet reflection. These preserved spaces offer something increasingly rare, a sense of balance between community and the natural world.
So what makes Bulk Farm and the Plainsboro Preserve special is it kind of resembles the township's priorities, those priorities being preserve land use and sustainability. And the other cool thing is they're right in our backyards. Access is everything. It reestablishes the belief that preserved spaces are a public resource. And this is important because the public resource is open to everyone, everyone's welcome to come, and it doesn't cost anything for the residents to go and visit the preserve. There's no fee.
As development pressures continue across New Jersey, Plainsboro's commitment to thoughtful planning remains as important as ever. The township's master plan and open space policies have helped guide growth in a way that protects the character of the community while preparing for the future. The result is a town that continues to evolve without losing sight of what makes it special.
We're living in New Jersey, and it's sidewalk, it's asphalt, it's concrete, it's building. But the fact that Plainsboro has been able to balance growth as well as preserving its open space is something that just furthers that there's always an eye on the future.
The master plan is key. It is really the thing that drives our development and how we control the development. And it gives the members on the planning board the guidance that they need to make the decisions that we need them to make to control the development in a way that we see fit to develop the town. We've always looked for that balance of open space and development.
The story of Plainsboro's open space is the result of decades of planning, partnership, and a shared commitment to preserve something larger than any one generation.
What excites me most about continuing Plainsboro's commitment to environmental stewardship is being able to make a difference for future generations.
What makes me feel really gratitude, frankly, it's a miracle, amazing. I mean, it's one thing to have these ideas, it's another thing to see them physically present.
I love to brag that we're 51% open space here in Plainsboro. That's unheard of in the state of New Jersey.
It really places Plainsboro above and beyond other towns in the area with the amount of open space we have and the 1,000-acre preserve that we have. The wildlife in there is amazing. We have river otter, beaver, bear, deer, fox, coyote, all in the most congested part of the state of New Jersey. You walk back in there and you think you're in Montana. It makes me feel really good. It makes me appreciate the hard work that I have done and the Township Committee has done to make this happen. It makes it worthwhile.
In Plainsboro, preservation was never about standing still. It was about protecting the best of the community while building thoughtfully for the future.